Hi students, good morning. Today we can study sexually transmitted diseases or venereal diseases or reproductive tract infections. Which are the major STDs? Gonorrhea, syphilis, hepatitis B, genital herpes, genital warts, chlamydiasis, trichomoniasis and AIDS. Among these diseases, hepatitis B and AIDS that spread through some other means also, like by sharing infected needles and surgical instruments from infected mother to her fetus through blood transfusion, etc. If we detect these diseases in the early stages, we can cure it completely, except AIDS, hepatitis B and herpes. The problem is that females are normally asymptomatic in the early stages, but later it leads to complications, like it creates pelvic inflammatory diseases, abortions, stillbirth, ectopic pregnancies, infertility, or even cancer to the reproductive tract. People of all age groups are vulnerable to these diseases, especially 15 to 24 years. And the early symptoms of this disorder include slight pain, swellings, itching, fluid discharge, etc. from the genital parts. Okay. So, if there is any problem, if you feel any problem, consult the doctor immediately and take treatment. And we have to follow some other principles also to avoid the spread of such diseases, like avoid sexual contact with multiple partners or unknown partners. Always use condom during sexual contact. Okay, so always remember, prevention is better than cure. Now we can study the next topic, that is infertility. Infertility means inability of the person to produce children in spite of having unprotected sexual contact. There are many infertile couples all over the world, and the reasons may be physical, diseases, immunological, congenital, etc. And there are many methods to assist them to have a child. And these techniques are generally known as assisted reproductive technologies. And many methods are there. And the first method is in vitro fertilization, followed by embryo transfer. And in this method, the ovum collected from the female, it is fertilized with the sperm collected from the male. It is in vitro, that is, it takes place outside the body in the laboratory. So this ovum is fertilized with the sperm in the laboratory under simulated conditions. After that, after fertilization, it is transferred to the female body. If it is of 8-celled or 8-blastomeric stage, it can be transferred to the fallopian tube. Then it is known as zygote intrafallopian transfer. And if it is more than 8 blastomeres, it can be transferred to the uterus. Then it is known as intrauterine transfer. In vivo fertilization is also doing here for assisting them. In vivo fertilization, the gamete fusion takes place inside the body. Another method is, here the ovum can be collected and it is transferred to the fallopian tube of the female, because some females are unable to produce ovum, but they can create a suitable environment in the uterus for implantation and the fetal development. In such cases, the ovum collected from the donor is transferred to the fallopian tube. In that case, it is known as gamete intrafallopian transfer gift. Okay. And sometimes the sperm is directly injected into the ovum outside the body or in the laboratory. That is known as intracytoplasmic sperm injection. Clear? The next method is, in the case of males, some males are unable to inseminate, or there the sperm count is very less. In such cases, we can use artificial insemination methods. Here, the sperm is injected or transferred to the or inseminated into the vagina or uterus. That is known as intrauterine insemination. Okay, so all these are the different assisted reproductive technologies to help the infertile couples. And there are many problems associated with that. All these technologies are highly expensive, and moreover, it needs a well experienced person's assistance. So, very few centers are available in our country with these facilities. Moreover, all people cannot afford this. Okay, so this problem can be solved by legal adoption. You know, many children are orphans. Many orphans are here. So, if anyone legally adopt them, they will get a life. Because our ultimate aim is providing a child to the infertile couples. So, that is all about our chapter. Study all these points. This assisted reproductive technology is very important.